Shalom. First and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rachak, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, and salutations to you brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. All right. Just was, reading through this parable. Actually I did a sit down on part of it just recently. I'm occupying, occupy till I come. But something caught my attention. I was reading through it, and it's been on my spirit to bring this out, because I actually read over this. This is a few days ago, but the spirit never eased off on me. I'm doing this lesson, so the spirit gets what it wants. And but what I noticed basically is the example of diligence, the example of enduring, to continue in teaching these things, man, until the Lord came. That was the whole purpose of the parable. And I mean, of course, you know that, but it's plainly said in the very beginning before he started it. That's what that whole example is. And of course, they were sent to labor and increasing in gifts. But the whole point was, just read it, man. This is Luke 19 and 11. And I'm going to start at 9. And Yahushua said unto him, this day is salvation come to this house, for so much as he also is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man is come to seek and to save that which was lost. And as they heard these things, he added and spake a parable, because he was nigh to Jerusalem, and because they thought that the kingdom of the Most High should immediately appear. So the parable being given is a parable to show, look, the kingdom, like it says, there's going to come a time you desire the kingdom, and you should now see it. We got the apostles' example of hoping for the year 2000 to be the end, and that fulfilled that prophecy. 2000 ended. I definitely didn't expect to be in 2018. I tell you that because I know a situation happened a few years ago, and I said, well, it don't matter. I ain't gonna be here in 2018 no way. That was the hope. Hey, we fulfilled that prophecy. I fulfilled that prophecy right there. But nevertheless, the Lord told us that we was going to have to do this until the kingdom come, until he came. All right? That the salvation wasn't going to be, come instantly. You wake up to the truth, you think, yeah, it's coming soon, because you're fresh out the world and everything, man. And you're getting this deep understanding, so to you, everything's going to play out immediately. But what you come to learn is the Lord is very meticulous, all right, very long-suffering, patient, righteous in judgment, to the very T of it. So he's very calculated. So things are timed and planned, but when it hits hard. So though it tarry, wait for it to surely come, it would not tarry. It's going to come, and it's going to come hard and swift, But in the meantime, we got to labor. And that was the rest of the parables going into. The kingdom wasn't going to come right away. No, here go this talent, here go this knowledge, this wisdom. You got to use it until that master comes and says, you've been faithful over a little, now rule over a lot. All right? So that's what we got to do, man. Hey, this is the book of Isaiah 6. In verse 8. Also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their eyes, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they seek with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. So the Lord commanded us to go out there, teach, all right? And a huge part of our job is actually just locking two-thirds into their condemnation, man, when they reject the truth, unless they be healed, unless they wake up and be healed. A lot of it so they can come offend or be offended and then keep moving on into their wickedness. All right, but our job is to go out there and teach, standing up for the Lord, condemning the wicked, raising the elect. Then said I, Lord, how long? He asked them, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the house without man, and the land be utterly desolate, and Yahweh have removed men far away, and there be a great forsaking in the midst of the land. All right. So the Lord said until he comes and make an end to this place. So that's how long we're going to be doing this, man. Look, we going to be doing this work, and labors, I should say, because it's going to switch from fishing to hunting season. Eventually, whatever the Lord have us doing, we're going to be doing that until he comes, man. All right? Point blank, period. And that was the parable Yahushua was going into. This is our duty, man. All right? This is what we committed unto, man. This is what's been committed unto us, and we got to remain faithful to it. So no matter what's going on, we got to keep teaching this word. All right, and that's what we called to do. So doing sit-downs, that's our duties. Hitting the line, that's our duties. Breaking bread, that's our duties. We've come into this thing. We got to continue in this thing, man, till the Lord deliver us. But yet in it shall be a tenth, and it shall return and shall be eaten as a teal tree and as an oak whose substance is in them. When they cast their leaves, so the holy seed shall be the substance thereof. That's the Lord, saving his elect, man. Those that continue in these things, those that keep the diligence, those that endure, those that use and increase those talents by using it and increasing their wisdom. And a big part of that is teaching. He that watereth himself. This is 1 Timothy 4:13. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy with the land on the hands of the presbytery. So we got to do our labor. Read, exhort one another, whether that's directly breaking bread or teaching on the videos, and to doctrine. Making sure we on point, making sure we teaching the proper doctrine. Neglect not like I said, neglect not the gift that is in thee, man. Use the talent. Don't let it go to waste, man. This is what this is what we caught in this thing to do until the kingdom come. That's what the Lord gave the parable for. All right. This talent, this gift that we received from the order of the elders. So there's men on this earth. All right. Set up to teach this thing. All right, through the Spirit of Yahushua and the Holy Spirit, man. And that's the example we're to follow. The men of the apostles of Great Millstone, the true leaders of Israel, has showed us that example of enduring and teaching. Sticking to the exhortation, man. Sticking to the reading, to the scriptures, man. Meditate upon these things. Give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. That's the increase, using your talents. That your profiting may appear to all. People seeing you grow in the spirit. All right? Growing your understanding from how you behave in the day-to-day, life, even into how you, the things you say and teach and do on the line and with the brothers, etc., man. Just period. That comes with you meditating upon, always thinking about the scriptures. Whatever situation you're in, man. Making issue of everything. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. And that's the key, man. We got to continue in it. Because sometimes I know when you first wake up, you definitely think the end is coming the next damn day. You think you come at the last second for real when we are, but you really think like, damn, I barely made it. Nah, hey, the Lord is working the work, man. Hey, the Lord said, because you kept the word of my patience. This is a thing of endurance. But any moment, real soon, the Lord gonna shut them doors. So that's the balance of it. You getting into this thing. You gotta come running. But you gotta prepare for that endurance. But any moment, the Lord gonna turn the race up. It's more of an obstacle course. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. Okay? This is Hebrews 4. And that's the last scripture. It says, save thyself and them that hear thee, man. All right? It says, Savior should stand on Mount Zion and judge Mount Edom. That's what time we in. So it's not a vain work. I mean, you should know that already. You got to believe the Lord's reward of them that do it good, so you should know it's not a vain work. Okay? So this is Hebrews 4 and verse and 11. I mean, the whole thing is good, but for time's sake, I know I'm jump to this point. It's Hebrews 4:11. Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest. So we got to labor to get that rest. We're fighting for salvation, man. All right? Our faith is being worked. It's being tried. It's being proven. All right? It's actual labors, man. Lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. So the Lord is going to prove his friends. So that's what we doing, to show that we really in this thing, man. To show we really love and serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right? To be faithful servants. This thing is a thing of endurance. All right? It's a continual fight. It's a thing of diligence, man. Salakia. Oh, fuck. Oh, I see what I did. Maybe I don't. Let's see what I did. Yeah, right. Hebrews 6. And 9. But beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation, though we thus speak. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. So the Lord ain't going to forget this labor we doing, man. All right? And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope until the end. That's how we showing our faith, man. By giving this diligence to fight and do this work, man. Until the end, to hope to be saved, man. That ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promise. And there you go. This is through faith and patience, man. And we show it. It says, I believe, therefore I speak. So we show it by enduring the great fight and staying faithful to the doctrine and teaching it, man. So doing these videos, whatever the load is that we got on us, man, we got certain labors to do, man. It's labor of love, teaching, breaking bread, all right? Correcting one another, getting corrected, correcting ourselves, hitting the line, reading, watching videos. And whatever balance, it works out, man. But we have to do these things, man. And it says give diligence. You know? Show the same diligence, man. All right, it's the Greek spude. Haste, with haste, earnestness, diligence. Earnestness in accomplishing, promoting, or striving after anything. To give all diligence. Enters oneself most earnestly, man. All right? One of them says business. All right? And that was the parable, man. That parable was an example of diligence and enduring. All right? Working to increase that talent. Until the Lord came to see how much we made. Because he never told us when he was coming directly, or what day, I should say. We got the signs, and we know it's soon. But that was it, man. Hey, we got to labor. We got to be diligent, man.